Welcome back on Diamond. Today I want to propose you a video about the unboxing review about the White Dwarf issue 501 of June 2024, released by the Games Workshop. So it's a start of we call a new era, because we see that it's a bit different in this position compared to the previous ones, and so we can start to see about such White Dwarf that has this, that it's an imaging that it's not an artwork but it's with real miniatures. So here we have Abaddon, and we can note a detail that it's the number about here that has this 5 that it's gray, so that make more resulting the one here, so it's also here like this. So it's really a recording of a new era in some way, so it's something that it's really quite interesting. So now we go to see really about the contents inside, because it could be really quite intriguing, and we'll see. But there is one thing that doesn't change and I don't like, and it's about the insertions that are put inside here. So here we have the mission about Warhammer 40k, here the one related about Age of Sigmar, that are nice. Here we have these that are cards related about Kill Team, about the bunker side, so it can be used. Here we have these that could be used for combat battle, to have something new, you can also photocopy eventually. And here we have this that it's a scheme where you can use to find some intriguing background for your miniature to when you make photos and so on, so it's quite intriguing. But I don't like that are in the middle of the White Dwarf, so they ruin a bit the reading. And I really don't like such thing. It's one of the things that I completely don't understand why they continue to do, but still it is, and I never liked before. I continue to don't like, so I'm coherent. And we can start to see some of the changes that are being brought. So here we have the usual thing that it's the introduction about the White Dwarf, that usually it's here. But the one that usually it's here, that it's the invitation to the subscription to the White Dwarf and so on, is now at the last page, so at the back of here. So we have this, that it's about this imaging, that it's the same that we have seen here, so the part about the cover of the White Dwarf, but without any writing, that it's the alternative cover of the White Dwarf. And remember that if you are interested about saving money and have these covers that are alternative one that are quite beautiful, you have to make the subscription to the White Dwarf. So it's quite intriguing, but it's something that you have to think, but it's quite worth if you are interested about. Then here we have the contents about the White Dwarf, that it's quite a lot, as you can see. Then we can flip, we can find here the mailing list of the readers to the team of the White Dwarf. And as usual, I suggest you to see about this, because you can gain quite a lot of ideas. Think about this, that it's a diorama, but it's a sort of also to present the models and so on in a really amazing way, and to store eventually also the models. So it's really quite nice, in my opinion. I quite like. You can find about painting in some particular way, some intuitive project that it's a way to gain something. So it's nice anyway, it's a sort of display that could be quite intriguing. It's a simple way, you don't have to do this, but it's really quite amazing in such a way. Then we can find this, that it's other things that could be intriguing. Okay, this is the classical part, okay, about the Primarch. But it's a mod that is completely converted, and it's amazing to see this, because you can have quite a lot of ideas about. Moreover, because this it's a sort of mix of a giant and an Imperial Knight, as using anyway a sort of aspect that you refer usually as a Tau. I quite like such thing, and so for these things I suggest you to see about such things. Then here we have this article that it's related about the words of Warhammer and the end of the era, and this it's a sort of background that bring you up a sort of summary of what happened along the time till here related about Kragnos. And about this, remember that I'll bring you in the future the various books of Broken Realm that I have all. I made also the analysis and so on about the background, but I have still to publish, because there are a lot of things to keep up. Moreover, because if you think about it's also coming soon out the new edition, the 4th edition of Age of Sigmar, and so this is something that it's quite intriguing to read, because you can really understand better what happened. It's really quite nice. Here we have as usual about the bunker, that it could be interesting, it's a way to play, so It's something that incentivates you. Here we have this that it's a little about ideas and so on that you can play with and so on. Here we have also other ideas about modifying. Think about this. It's simple as materials. You can create something completely new. Remember that this it's a sort of stimulus to gain ideas, scheme of colors, so on. And you can create quite a lot. Think about this. This image, it's I can call usual image about good painted and so on, about the chaos, but see about the standards and see about these papers. These are something that personalize quite a lot, a simple detail that completely change the view that you can have about such models. It's amazing. It's something that it's really quite worth. So for these things I suggest you to see. This it's related about the mission that it's added about Warhammer 40k, and here the one about Age of Sigmar. Remember that you had the insert related about. Then have here about Kill Team. We have seen the new mission related about the bunker that are related and you can use. Here it's something that it's a bit funny because you have a basic training for in this case Age of Sigmar. But the problem is that soon it's going to be released the new edition. So this training technically it's not more good about. Okay, technically it's going to be released the next month, the new edition, the 13 July. Remember about the vlog that I made? I'll leave you the link in the description. That announced that the 29th of June that will be the pre-release, but the pre-order about the new edition, Scaventide, and for Age of Sigmar, and the 13 July there will be the re-releasing about. So think about such thing. Anyway, it's useful in some way, because anyway, even if some things can change, the tactics could be always useful, so it's not a waste of time. Here an article about how to create the basis, and so how you can change the bit and so on. You can personalize quite a lot, even using the same colors. And I think that it could be really quite intriguing, so I suggest you to see about this, because it can be really quite intriguing. Then here it's about the bunker that has seen some, I can say, not contest, but a way to personalize mod and so on. And I think that it's a sort of mailing list, so again, here you can see quite a lot of things that are quite worth to see about painting, personalize, modifying and so on. And I think that it's really quite nice, and so I like to see. Think about this, that it's categories with such scheme of color, it's amazing one. Also this Belacco, it's another way. I don't like the base in such way, but the mod it's amazing, really. I like more, I can say, darker color for Belacco, but it's nice. And so little things, but always nice. So think about such thing. Here a bit of background related about the Vermindom, and so it's quite nice to read. I love such type of additional part, so that you can personalize quite a lot, the description. And here we have the Rearrengement of Chaos, better seen, the images. I really love such type of things, so it's really quite amazing. And the images here are fantastic. Moreover, there are a lot of information here that you could use. And here we have this, that it's a little about the Ravening. And about here, I want to remember you that I made the review about the Dawnbringer Crusade. Here it's what happened right after this book, that it's the Hounds of Chaos. And here we have a novel that it's quite long, and it's a little about what happened in Akshi. And it's a combination of the Duardin and the City of Sigmar against the Skaven. And here they come from the Rodix Rampart and goes to Fort Ben Heef. And really, there is quite a lot of things that could be interesting to see, because it's a sort of see more about, and I quite like, sincerely. It's not something that it's really essential, but let you see how the new evolve and how the Skaven are going to invade action, and I really quite like such thing. It's really quite amazing. Here instead we had the rules of engagement, that it's a little about Tondia. Tondia that I have as book, but I still to bring out the part related about the analysis of the book itself. Even if this it's related about the second edition, it's still quite amazing because it can be used to. So it's really quite worth about, and I'm quite curious to see how it evolved the Season of War song, because it can be quite nice. Here we have the Path to Glory and so on. So we can really personalize a lot, and you can see that even if some publication has been brought before the edition and so on, then they can be anyway updated and so on. Quite nice. Here instead we have an army gallery related about Rob Hebbleswaite, and it's really quite nice because you can see the dioramas, you can see the models has been painted and modified and so on. I think that it's really quite nice. Here, okay, there are the things that I don't like, as I said, and here you can really find quite a lot of things because you can see some little details that can personalize a lot, and it's really something worth because you can find a lot of ideas with these things. I quite like such type of article. Here we have Fire and Flood, that it's related about the Warcry band or battle box. I'm still waiting for the next one that has also the Oseboripus when it will be released. Okay, still here there is such one, and here there is also the background and the rules about miniatures. So I think that it has quite a lot of things. For the ones that play Warcry, it's really quite amazing because it has a lot of additional parts. You have to remember that there are such articles in the White Dwarf. And for the ones that like instead the background, there is quite a lot of background that can be really quite amazing ones. So I suggest you to think about because it's really quite awesome and quite nice in my opinion. So there are really a lot of things. Here instead we have this, that it's a battleground part, so it's a way to see modification about creating your battlefields, and I think that it's nice. So here we can find a lot of ideas, suggestion. There is quite a lot of part related, so scheme of colors, ideas about how to combine different things to create something new and so personalized, and it's really quite awesome. These add a lot of things in my opinion. Also this armies showcase, it's quite nice. Okay, there are some tricks and so on, but it's also a nice inspiration in my opinion. They had this, that is background related about the Nephilim anomaly, and so it's always quite nice because it had quite a lot of background, Fabius Bile related. Here we have Bastor, so there are a lot of things inside that can be really quite intriguing one. We have also some novel related, and it's really quite nice because you can see also other background, and it's always welcome. They have this, that it's the board in action, so we have new missions about a new background related, and it's really quite nice. We have seen these that are the squares that we have seen before that are added, so you can use this to personalize them. And so here we can also find out this mission related that could be really quite useful. And I don't play this, but anyway in the White Dwarf you can find always something intriguing about such things, so it's always quite intriguing for the ones that want to play, and there is quite a lot of things. Drew is trying to put a lot of efforts in these things because they let you play using few models and so on. And then I have about Horus Heresy, and here we have also the map that it's not bad, and the armies that are brought with the scheme of colors used. Also here I think that you could use about as referral or so on. I think that it can be quite nice. So there are a lot of things that are really quite nice. Also here some tactics related about the Horus part. And so here the end. So what to say about such White Dwarf? I think that it's really quite interesting. There are quite a lot of rules, but what I like more is the amount of things that you can analyze related about the personalization of the models, the painting, the background related that you can really be intrigued about. So there is quite a lot of things that, in my opinion, it's really quite nice. Obviously, it's up to you decide, because, for example, there is not a battle report this time, but at the same time, there is a lot of things that give you an idea about how not only to play, because there are the rules and way to play, but also how to see more completely the hobby itself. And I quite like such thing. I love such type of White Dwarf. Moreover, because you have seen there is the part about the battleground, so how to create your shank feature, how to create and personalize your basing. there is quite a lot. In my opinion, there are a lot of things, and if you go to see about the various armies that the people personalized, you can gain quite a lot of insight to new things, and it's simply something that I appreciate, really. So I quite like such White Dwarf. At least for now, only for the White Dwarf. I decided to put in description the link about my wish list for Amazon if you are interested about making me a gift about. I know it's the first time that I do, so I hope that it works. Anyway, it's something that it's a try. Don't feel that you have to do or so on. It's simply something that if you want to cooperate with me to give me some things that maybe I use then as a review or so on, it could be useful, or that can be useful also for the channel. So eventually you have a thing that you can share with. So from that mode, it's everything. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell so to receive notification about new video, to comment under here about this video, or if you want to suggest me new videos. So I hope to see you again to the next time.